Here we go. I'm changing the title. Bam. And we'll keep it in multiverses so you can still get the drops. Alright, here we go. Let me mix up some of these. Make things a little more interesting. Some of the bottom ones. We can get them sooner rather than later. I'm going to start from the top. Alright. First up, Pac-Man. We all have seen Pac-Man. This game's good. It's decent. Everyone's played it. Nothing too crazy. It's an okay game by today's standards. Here comes another one. Rocket League. Rocket League is just an incredible game. It's genius. The fact that cars are playing soccer is just such a fun and cool idea. And I think objectively speaking, it has the best esports community. It's bad? Really? I think it's incredible. This is a personal game tier list. But yeah, I think Rocket League, it's the best esport. Because in a game like Smash or Multiverses, there's always those character imbalances that will never make the game perfect. Rocket League is all about skill. It's like an actual sport. That's what makes it so fun. I suck at it too, man. Don't worry. But it still doesn't change the fact that it's not a bad game. Here comes another banger. Banjo and Kazooie. Alright. Here's a classic. I don't know how many people have played this game, but this game is great. Fucking love Banjo Kazooie. Such a good platforming game. You never played it? It's really good. And then they added him into Smash Bros, which was awesome. It's just a damn shame he was boring. But this is just such a... You can play this game like once a year and it will always be fun. Hey, DS Walk. I'm shocked. I recommend everyone play it. It's on the Switch, so a lot of people can. You played a card game? Yeah. Just such a good game. Gruntilda's castle, or her lair, exploring it, finding levels, jiggies. Just an overall great experience. Incredible. Here comes one I bet a lot of people have never played. Sin and Punishment for the Wii. This game was wild. This was a long-awaited sequel for its time. And this game was really fun. It's basically like an arcade shooter. Yeah, this was cool. It's such an old game now. Yeah, just literally an arcade shooter, but it was cool. And there was cursing in it, which was really weird for a Nintendo game. At least for me. Yeah, this is basically the game. It's a very short game, and it got delayed so many times. How do you stop the delay? The stream delay? You can refresh the stream. It's different for everyone. Yeah, this game was just something else. Had some cool bosses there, too. But by today's standards, I don't think I would like this game as much. But at the same time, it was not a bad game. So I'm going to put this in the good category. It's a good game. Probably fun to play. Mario 64 DS. Oh, God. This was such an underrated remake. They should totally re-release this shit. It was the best. Mario 64 with 4 characters was so cool. So unique. The controls were really wonky because it was on a DS. But even today, the graphics still look good. And this game had some banging minigames in here. The Mario 64 DS minigames were the best. And then they added new bosses. And you get to play as Wario in a mainline Mario game. It was really cool. The mini games were so cool. I always wanted another game like this. These are so nice. I used to actually play these with friends and myself all the time. Because they were just so much fun. This one's probably shit. I don't remember this one, actually. The chess? There's a I like this Piranha one a lot. It was fun. Such a cool little game. This one was fun, too. That one was cool. The Luigi playing cards was the best shit. Literally playing poker with Luigi. I thought I had to be an adult at the time in order to enjoy that shit. Incredible game. This game's new. But I can say with confidence that Elden Ring is a top 10 game. Smash! Thank you for the follow, Vocal Man. I appreciate that. Elden Ring was such an incredible experience. The fact that this game exists is a marvel of its own. Yeah, hey, how's it going, man? Like, so many bosses, a really fun open world to explore. Sure, some areas are a little, like Fair Missoula. But man, this game was great, with very few issues. What a fucking experience that game was. And then we have Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Ugh. This was an okay game. God, when I first saw this game get announced, I popped the fuck off. I popped off so hard because I always wanted a Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario crossover growing up. This shit was a dream come true. But it had no fucking variety. It was just so dull in terms of its story and world, like newer Paper Mario, like Sticker Star. And that was such a colossal disappointment. And Paper Mario, although it was cool that he'd had all these paper-like attacks, felt nothing like the older games, which I feel like defeats the purpose. And then they added these fucking Toad mini-games and this mini-game. Combat was fun at least, but the gameplay was... It's the weakest of the Mario and Luigi franchise, but still a playable game. Ooh, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This game's pretty damn good. I loved the idea of playing with 4 people in a Mario Brothers game. I remember buying this game and inviting my friends and my brother, and we just like had so much fun playing this shit. It was so goofy, so cool. And I know Mario Maker kind of did something like this with 4 players and online, but it's ass. Yeah. I think the levels still hold up in this game. And although they're overused, the Koopalings... This was the first Mario game to reintroduce the Koopalings after like 10 or so years. Which was cool, because they give them like neat redesigns. That looked fun, I ain't gonna lie. Paper Jam did? It is a fun game. It's not a bad game, it's just an okay game. This also added some cool power-ups like the penguin suit, the ice flower. So many cool fucking games. So many cool... Such a good game. And then there's New Mario DS, which brought it all back. This game is... I think this game is better. This game is just such a classic. I've played it so many times. And it had the best power-up in a Mario game. Although the story's kind of weird. Oh, no, wait, hold on. This is a boss. Yeah, and there's also, like, the second game to feature Bowser Jr. in a mainline Mario game, too. Just, overall, a great fucking game. I want to see if I can find the blue shell. The Mega Mushroom 2 is cool as well. Just a great way to bring back a classic franchise. Fucking love that. That game's incredible. I'm thinking maybe I should have a great category. You guys think I should make a great category in between good and incredible? I'm gonna grab some water. It's a lot of talking. See how many categories I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 is fine, actually. You think it should? We'll add a grade. I think I can merge. Oh, no? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll keep it the way it is. Fire Emblem Three Houses was such a pleasant surprise. The only reason I bought this game is because they put Byleth in Smash. I would never have touched this game if that were the case. But I was treated to such an incredible title. This game is better than Fire Emblem Awakening, which I thought was the best game at the time. Truly just a remarkable experience. And they gave you all 3 games in one instead of Fire Emblem Fates, where they were all separate. And oh god, the story is so good. I technically didn't beat it, too. I never did Claude's story. But regardless, that game's incredible. Just so many cool things they did. And I love the whole house feature, where you befriend all your students and all that. It made getting to know the characters a lot more fun than any other Fire Emblem game. Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass? Ooh, Nelly. I liked this game a lot. But the controls in this game... Good God, the controls in this game were wonky. For those who don't know, in Phantom Hourglass, it's a direct sequel to Wind Waker. But you have to play the game with the DS touchscreen. So the way Link is moving right now is by holding his pen across the screen. So Link is following the fairy. This game is definitely really good, but the control aspect of it just holds it back. But I did love the exploration here with the ship. It was so fun. Yeah, it's touch control only. It's a fucking shame. But it's still a very good game, and I would recommend it. But it's one of the weaker titles because of the hardware limitations. But it also had a really good character, Lineback. Lineback is one of the coolest Zelda partners. And also having a direct sequel to Wind Waker was just so cool at the time. I don't remember any of the bosses, by the way. So this is Dodongo. I like his design. Can't believe I forgot that. Hey, Guh. Yeah, it's very weird. It was a product of its time. So it stays in the good. Mario Brothers Wii. Mario Brothers Wii U, it's okay. It's nowhere near as good as the one on the Wii. But it's an okay game. It's decent. It does what it's serviceable. Donkey Kong Country Returns is incredible. Everything about this game is fun. I love the fact that they brought back Donkey Kong. And I want another Donkey Kong Country game. So instead of having the Kremlings, which all the Donkey Kong Country games did, they introduced these newer villains, like tiki torches and all that, sticking with the whole, I guess, jungle theme. It was so cool. And Retro Studios just... They did Donkey Kong justice. Such a good game. Should probably replay it at some point. The Wii version had some motion control shit, but the 3DS one made it all controls. But still, an emulator can just do this game justice. So good, and the bosses were fun too. Although I would love to see another Donkey Kong Country game with K. Rool. I think that'd be awesome. It's just been so long. They really need to give him justice. DK is so good, I agree. Oh, another fucking banger. A Link to the Past. I don't know how many people have played this game, but A Link to the Past is literally one of the most iconic games of all time. You have to thank this game for modern gaming. This shit just literally revolutionized the way we make games and play them. I'm not a huge fan of well, actually this one's top-down, not isometric. But this is just what really put Zelda on the map. The first game was great, but this game made it into, like, the franchise we all know and love. Such a good game. So nice. Great bosses, amazing gameplay, great replayability. Definitely one of the best Zelda games. So good. Some cheesy bosses, but overall fantastic. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna talk about Crab Game. My God. My dad played that. Oh God, we're at that time where like most dads can play the games. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, that game is like over 20 years old. Crab Game. Oh. Crab Game had so much potential. So much potential. It only lasted for like a week, but it was some of the most fun I ever had as a streamer. I don't know if a lot of people know this, especially in chat right now, but when Crab Game was a thing, all the biggest streamers got together and played this game. And I was one of the fortunate few who was able to make it into that. It's still one of my top videos. Such a fun game. I gave him a warning. Yeah, this is when I killed Charlie.
What? Who the fuck jumped on my platform?
So classic. I miss this fucking game so much. November.
Oh, Steve, you son of a bitch.
It's so good, man. I miss this game. It died too young. And although it was made by one guy, a very talented guy, it was some of the most fun I had. But for now, it's an okay game because of how long it lasted. It could have been up here. It could have been up here if people kept playing it. That's a fucking shame. Another fucking banger. Portal. God, I didn't play Portal till college, but this game was a freaking masterpiece. I love Portal. Portal is such a good game. And I do want to replay it on stream because it's been forever. Because it's been like 5 years now. And I want to see how well I can do the puzzles. Another revolutionary title too. Such a good puzzle game. This game really made you think. And I feel like none of the puzzles were frustrating. Such a good game. And then everyone remembers Gladys and the song. So good. And then Portal 2 just did an even better job. Great. Phasmophobia. Longtime viewers of my stream will know that I used to stream the shit out of Phasmophobia my first 4 months as a streamer. I used to play with my friends. The game is alright. I'm going to put it as good because I had so many good times with it. And they did make a lot of neat updates, but it gets so stale. I do really like those games, though. I did really like playing that with my friends, though. It's been so long, I can't even spell my own name. Stevens Dude. Well, I can't find my videos on it, but we've all seen Phasmophobia. It's interesting, but it could be so much better if the guy just I don't know, if he like found a team or something, or at least allowed mods. I think it could be so much better. Among Us is okay. Game's fine. It was a lot of fun watching your big favorite streamers play that game, but it is a very okay game at heart. It got us all through the pandemic. It's memorable, it's memey. That's pretty much it. Here's a game I'm sure a lot of people have played. We have all played Skyrim. Skyrim, although its combat is stale, is still an incredible game and experience, especially with all of its mods. This is the game that just... There's so much replayability.
Send you to explore them.
It's so fun. I still want to play Skyrim on stream one day with mods. I haven't played the game in a good 2-3 years, maybe longer than that. And it is fucking high time they give us Elder Scrolls 6. This game is so old now. Like, good God. I was in high school when this game came out, man. I was in high school. Overall, great game. Fire Emblem's already in there. Oh, here's a big one to talk about. Oh, wow. Just leave it there. Nier. Nier is such a good fucking game. I played it probably about 10 months ago. And it's a game I just can't stop thinking about. This game is truly just a masterpiece with one of the best stories in gaming. But I'm not going to put it at top 10 because the gameplay is not good. It's better than Nier Replicants, but the gameplay is not very good. It is a story game to me. An incredible emotional roller coaster. Still one of the best games ever made. Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. That game's pretty damn good. I didn't really play the remake version, but I did play Bowser's Fury. I did like this game. It was really fun. It wasn't the best Mario game, but the Switch version did update the moves and all that and the speed of the game, so it's definitely a lot better than the initial release. Still a really good Mario game, worth playing, especially if you have friends. Just really cool to play a 3D Mario game with up to 4 people. And then Bowser's Fury was just fucking amazing. I played that on stream a while ago. I loved how it explored the concept of an open world Mario. That was fantastic, and I really hope they can deliver an open world Mario in the future. This was such a good idea. Such a good experimental game. It was so fun. Something I've always wanted as a kid, and they just really found a way to make it work, even if the world's not that big. Which is fine, it doesn't need to be big. Just overall a good game with a really cool boss fight. I look forward to see what the next 3D Mario game is. It's been a while. Age of Calamity. I think this game was great. I don't care what people say. This game's amazing. Even though the frame rate is absolute dog water, I think Age of Calamity was so cool to tackle a prequel to Breath of the Wild. Now, there are issues with the story, but I don't want to get into that because of spoilers. But I liked this game a lot. I'm not a big fan of hack and slashes, but this is one I liked. I like Hyrule Warriors. Maybe it's because I like Zelda. I love Zelda. It's one of my favorite franchises. And I just loved seeing all these characters get an extra layer of life. And I still want to play the DLC. God, this game is almost 2 years old. Shit, man. The soundtrack bangs, too. I love the soundtrack in this game. Overall, I just think this is a really fun game with good gameplay mechanics. I would almost give it... I'd probably give it like a 9.5 if the frame rate wasn't ass. Mario... This is such a shocker. How do you get the game? Exclamation mark drops. You gotta make a WB account. And you know, I made a decision. I'm making a great category. I'm making a great category. I think there needs to be an in-between. First off, I'm going to put some of these games in great. Mario and Rabbids is a great game. I'm shocked. I am baffled that a Mario and Rabbids game happened, and I'm even more surprised that it was good. The game was actually really fun. I never played the DLC, and I don't really want to, but man, it's good. And the music is so good because Grant Kirkhope did it, and I do look forward to the new one. Now, I think it was kind of disappointing that they didn't really delve into Mario characters as enemies as much, but there were some really cool instances, some really cool characters. Like, they had Wario and Waluigi in the form of Rabbids, and they were kind of cool. Overall, this game was just a pleasant surprise, a very refreshing Mario game. Overall, great. And this guy is cool, too. There's, like, voice acting. Thanks for the follow, Toxic. Welcome. So fucking good. You got stuck on a level and gave up. It's such a good game. Mario and XCOM. Mario truly does work with every genre of video game. That has been proven time after time again. I think there's at least been one good Mario game with each genre that he's been in. Fucking incredible. Like, I'm still... It still makes my head scratch that this game is good. Someone said, hey man, you should just probably get the game since you're bored and you're in your college dorm. Back when I had these roommates, I never really talked to them. So I mostly just stayed in my room playing Switch games, and I was like, okay, I'll try this game out. Good game. Great animations too. Luigi also dabs too. Okay, yeah, educational ones are kind of lame. Just pleasantly surprising game. Fire Emblem Awakening is also a really good game. I'll put that in credible as well. Awakening, man. This was the game that saved Fire Emblem. I didn't spell it right. If this is the game that saved Fire Emblem and is also the game why everyone loves Lucina. I also downloaded all the content. Ooh. It should be right above your Twitch chat. Okay, who wants to hear a funny story about this? So Awakening introduced a character named Thersia, and she was like a very thirsty girl who was interested in the protagonist, who was either male or female depending on who you chose. So in the DLC, you'll get a special reward of Tharja putting on a bathing suit, and you'll see her butt crack, like right there. In the English version of this game, however, they put a cape over it, or a curtain, to censor the butt. It was crazy.
XP from killing somebody, but you know.
Yeah, here's IGN.
Really
yeah, this game just did such a cool. Was just so cool. The future mechanic was great. Getting characters to marry just so you can have the children come to the future, and then you use them for battle. Genius. Just a really fun strategy game.
Yeah.
And like you'll assume a
awesome game. Tropical Freeze is another incredible game. Basically, it's a lot like the last Donkey Kong game we just saw. But yeah, it's just, I think it's even better. And they had Cranky Kong and Funky Kong in the Switch version. There was even a boss that was very similar to K. Rool or was inspired by him, which was kind of cool. Xenoblade 2. I rewatched the cutscenes of this game. This one's going to be a tough one to rank. It's either incredible or great. Let me take a sip of water and think. People shit on this game for no good reason. Okay, some of the character designs are stupid, and there's some cringy dialogue, but the story in Xenoblade 2 is so good, and its world building is incredible. There's so much to its world that I feel like I could see so many spin-offs within the game. Like, I could totally see like an anime based in the world. You follow different protagonists. They have blades and shit. It's just so many, you know, I'm playing it incredible just for the story. Not as good as the first one, but just because of those rules. Just because of the way blades work and drivers was just such a clever idea. I loved it so much. Splatoon. I'm not a fan of Splatoon. It's a very okay franchise. It is not a bad game, but it is not a great game. That's my thoughts on Splatoon. I just think it's really boring that you don't get rewarded for killing people. There's like no reason to kill anyone in Splatoon. And this game is fucking 5 years old. Are you goddamn kidding me? All of these games that feel like they're 2 years old or 5 years old, that blows my mind. Good lord.
But it's sort of a bit of frustration.
I've probably put like maybe 5 hours into each Splatoon game. It's just an okay game. There's just nothing great about it, at least to me. Yeah, it blows my mind. And I won't be getting Splatoon 3. I just don't think I'll like it. The spiritual successor to A Link to the Past. I think this game is very integral to Breath of the Wild. This was a stepping stone for Breath of the Wild, I think. What was this? A Link Between Worlds. Game was great. Brought back the Dark World. Introduced some cool new mechanics. It's for the 3DS, but it's alright. It's a really good game. I love the wall mechanic. It was fun. This little Ganondorf clone or whatever was cool. Yuga. Yeah, Splatoon. It was also a cool game. They introduced a renting system to this little rabbit guy, where you could just get the items you usually get in dungeons early, so that way you can explore the world whichever order you want it to be. And I think that was the stepping stone for Breath of the Wild, and the first game, of course. Just overall, this game is great. I feel like it's kind of become an obscure title now, though. And it doesn't help that it's on the 3DS, which is a tough system to come across nowadays. But it was a fun game. It was really good. Good music. Very odd Link model. Evil Zelda was cool too. All that. Used to grind Splatoon. Oh my god. This game's not out yet, so we'll move it down the list. Alright. I don't know if I put this... I'm going to put this in top 10, just for now. Ocarina of Time. It's a banger. We all know about it. Ocarina of Time is such a good game. And it has like a PC port, which is just... makes it even better. And then the 3DS version is fantastic. They literally made improvements to every aspect of the game. How's it going, streamer man? No problem, Panda. Thanks for stopping by again, man. You have a good night. God, I really want to replay the 3DS Zelda again. It's so good. And then when you beat the game, you get Master Quest. And you actually get some really good dungeons. Remixed dungeons. I fucking love this game. Both versions of it. Even just hearing that crow cock is so nostalgic to me. It just literally tingles every inch of my body. My night's going well, man. How about yours? God, Ocarina of Time's such a banger. And of course, we all know it's like the most influential game. I really wish they would just port this to the Switch. I hate Nintendo, man. Why they haven't done that, man? It's right fucking here. All they have to do is port it to the Switch, maybe increase the frame rate, and then they're good. They're good. It's so bad. It's so dumb. They've just had this masterpiece that helped sell the 3DS sitting on a back shelf. I hate it. I fucking hate it. God damn, they made Water Temple good too. Hi there, Smiley Man Joe. God damn it, Nintendo. New Pokemon Snap. I liked that game. It was good. Nothing to write home about, but it was definitely a good game. I liked it. I love seeing Pokemon with life. Good game. Bandai Namco did a good job. Visually, it looks good. Oh, here are all the DLCs. I guess in hindsight, some of the world is a little empty. Well, actually, no, this one's pretty good. This is pretty filling. And then you can throw the apples, make them do something. And thank you for the fall streamer, man. Yeah, there's Celebi. Just a good game. It came a little late. They should have done it on the Wii U. And Nintendo literally acknowledged that that was like the most requested game on the Wii U. But hey, I guess better late than never. But then they gave it like a free update, and then it never came back. Very good, very fun game, very casual. I streamed it, it was fun. We got ourselves another banger here, the Minish Cap. God damn, I wish Nintendo would let other companies use Zelda and Mario more often. Minish Cap was a Capcom game. I feel like not a lot of people remember that. I first played this game on the 3DS when they did the Ambassador program. Another banger. How many games are there? Like 500. I'm not doing them all tonight. We're gonna do them throughout time. I haven't played this one in a minute. Minish Cap. Zelda is still one of my all-time favorite franchises. They have very few bad games. God, the Minish Cap was just genius. I fucking loved it. Yeah, Nintendo really needs to just wake up and let other companies use this shit. Smash Bros. I love Smash. I'm actually mostly a Smash streamer. Zelda's so mid. I don't know if I can agree with that, man. I can't. I love Zelda. I've grown up with it. I love Ganondorf. I love Link. They're all such good characters. Just such a fun series. I love it. Grew up with it. But here's a game that was kind of mid. This game was just good. I can't even call it great. The visuals were cool for the Wii U. And the bosses were fun, but it was so short and it paled in comparison to Pikmin 2. But it's still a good game. Zelda is a W. Hey there. Their cage. Uni. Yeah. I do love the idea of having the 3 pilots. It was so cool. Environments were fun. They've been talking about Pikmin 4 for like 10 years and they still haven't delivered it. Yeah, overall, it's still a good game, but just not a fantastic game. But this game had a fucking bastard of a final boss. This thing is a goddamn sociopath. It's a cool boss, but it was so hard. Let's see. Where is he? I just saw him. The final area was kind of challenging, too. Unicorn Man. Yeah. Overall, just a good game. This guy was kind of tough, too. Big old spider. But it's definitely a different game than from the rest of the series. Triple Deluxe. Before anyone says anything, I don't have Planet Robobo on here. I hear Planet Robobo is the best Kirby game, but I missed out on it. And I feel so bad about that because I always wanted to play it, and now it's just so hard to get. But Triple Deluxe was a fun game. I liked it. It even had a mode where you get to play as King Dedede. I haven't played VR in years. I have no place to play it. But I love VR. I think it's cool. Overall, it's a good Kirby game. Add some gimmicks and shit. Oh, I remember this boss. But yeah, it's a fun game. I liked it. Cool music. And, King Dedede mode. Oh boy. We haven't gotten any bad games yet, but this one's kind of in there. Origami King. Amazing visuals, great soundtrack, surprisingly fun animations. It's an okay game. I just think Paper Mario is a shell of its former self. It hasn't been good since 2007, and I hate that. One of my favorite franchises, and they just fucking butchered it, man. Oh, excuse me. God, there's so much to talk about for this game. The battle mechanics for this game were interesting, but they were so one-dimensional and boring. And then their whole stance on no original characters in Paper Mario is so fucking dumb. Yeah, just... literally just one-dimensional Mario, ironically. Some witty dialogue, though, some fun dialogue. The partner system was so forced in. For those of you who don't know, in the older Paper Mario games, you had, like, a partner system. Catch you later, streamer, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. The older Paper Marios had a partner system that was awesome. They were riddled with personality. They had unique designs. They were so cool. In this game, it feels like they just tacked it on at the end. Like, the partners don't even, like... They rarely attack. They attack on their own, which defeats the purpose. So fucking dumb. Game's so mid. I streamed the whole game, too. Have all the VODs on my YouTube channel when I first started streaming. Overall, just not a good game. Just an okay game. Could have been better. Ultra Sun. Alright, well, I think we all know the rule with Pokemon. You play one, you played them all. This game's just okay. Pokemon Gen 6 or Gen 7 was like the beginning of the end. No, Gen 5 was the beginning of the end. Although I like some of the Pokemon they added, there's just some shit in this game that just wasn't great. What's it called again? Ultra Sun? I loved the Mega Evolution, or the Ultra Beast, though. I thought that shit was cool as fuck. But it's so unexplored. It was just a one-time gimmick, which I hate about Pokemon. Some of these things are so cool. Then they introduced these kind of interesting worlds. It would have been really fun. And they gave it a unique soundtrack. I don't think a song ever appears in the game, like anywhere else. I hope the new Pokemon game is something like this. They reintroduce this mechanic. Had some really creepy music, too. God damn. It really just feel alien. I liked this world a lot. And the music was good, too. Such a cool little world. Overall, I like the Mega Evolutions a lot. They're cool. Or the Ultra Beast shit. Pokemon just shouldn't even bother with story anymore, to be honest. Animal Crossing New Leaf was good. I'm not your die-hard Animal Crossing fan, but New Leaf was fun. I liked it a lot. Being the mayor, a very innovative idea.
What's up,
The
guys?
game was
Zach Scott
interesting.
here playing Animal. Apple
Or is that Dankin?
trees.
I saw
Gotta
Dankin
go
went on. We
all
might play
around the
multiverses
river
again.
here, and I don't know if this is, you know, particular.
Yeah, it's
yes,
an alright
it's
game.
one
Very
that-
casual.
like
I
for you
loved
to
Animal
plant a tree
Crossing.
in
I
a
love the one
square
on the
so it can
Wii.
become a great symbol of our.
It's just a fun, casual
was-
game. I think we've all seen Animal Crossing, especially during the pandemic. Good game. Kid Icarus Uprising, man. I think for now I'm going to put this in the top 10. I don't know how... It's a shame that this game has never been re-released. This game is a masterpiece. The only issue is its controls. It added so many fun characters. I love Hades. Viridi's cool. The gameplay was so fucking fun. 3 phases, this little arcade-style shooter. And then you just explore like a world in 3D. Such a good fucking game. And the multiplayer was fun too. This was made by Sakurai too, Smash Brothers guy. Fucking love this game. So good. They should have done an anime of this. There were the little anime shorts too to promote the game. There should have been a full-fledged anime of this. What a fucking missed opportunity, man.
Don't stop to say hi.
So good. Let's see if we can find Hades.
Let's get this ring on it.
I used to think that this character right here would be playable in Smash. Like, before the game came out, and then the game came out, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, this guy does, like, nothing in the story. He's a very, like, basic character. He doesn't really do much. Maybe there's some extended lore to him, I don't know. Just a fucking great game. Alright. I think I'll do a couple more games, and then I'm going to see if Dankin wants to play Multiverses. Okay. Pokemon Gold, Silver. Amazing games. Pokemon Gold and Silver. I'm wondering how many people here have even played Gold and Silver. This shit, like, I feel like this shit kind of, like, put Pokemon on the map more so than the first one. Remakes are great. The Pokemon in a series has aged kind of poorly, but this game was nostalgic to me. I never actually beat this game, too. So good. So much nostalgia for Pokemon. Cool world, too. Probably one of my favorite regions is Johto. So looking back at it, I think I'm just going to put Pokemon Gold in Great, because it's kind of aged. Now, its remake is even better. Here comes the first bad game. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I was so upset with this game. I actually beat it, but it was so bad. One of the best parts about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is befriending the Pokemon while you're in the dungeon. But... oh, that's music. But in this game, they did it differently. When you finish a quest, you unlock the Pokemon that gave you the quest. And I thought that was so boring. Literally defeated the purpose. Come on. But I do like the story in this game. I think about the story every now and then. Because I think it had a unique, well, a somewhat unique story. A fun story. But it also had like one of the slowest openings in a Pokemon game. I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I think it's better than Mainline. But this game was just such a disappointment. You know, it has the visual flair of a Mystery Dungeon game, but the gameplay was just so weak. Metroid Zero Mission. I've never beaten this game, but it's really good. I got stuck at the one piece of horrible game design where you're in like that little bowl and then you have to bomb a very super specific pixel. And I didn't know about that until I watched the Donkey video on it years later. Hey, Ant Dog. God, what a... Zero Mission was good. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting my games mixed up. This is... I'm thinking of Metroid Fusion. I've actually never played Zero Mission. Zero Mission is the remake to Metroid that I never got around to. I'm just going to put it in NA since I didn't play it. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, that's a good game. I liked it growing up. I always wanted a Mario and Sonic game for years. It was so cool to finally get it. But, you know... Thank you for the follow, Gucci Gang. Yo, I got the drop. What do I do now? You make a WB account and then link your Twitch. Yeah, it's goated. But, man, they need to make a true Mario and Sonic game. It's time. I know it's easier said than done, but still. The dream events in this game were fun. Also, it's a good voice actor for Sonic. Yeah. It was a fun game. I got a lot of time out of it. It was super cool. The Winter Olympics one was better. But then they just started to milk this franchise after that. And it got really stale. Thankfully, they stopped. The London one was good. I think after London, it got bad. Because this was the first one. This is like the throwaway. You know what I mean? Because then they added better games. But I think they should have made a Mario and Sonic game that focused entirely on dream events. I remember Dream Fencing was really fun. Yeah. It was just a missed opportunity. Because it's Mario and Sonic. Mixing the best of both worlds is cool. There's also a racing one that was pretty neat. Where's that one? I think it's the first one. Yeah, there was like a racing one that was really cool. It was kind of like Mario Kart almost. And it had items from Mario and Sonic. Basically like Mario Kart. Good game. Monster Hunter 4 is a tricky one. I really liked the Insect Glaive, But this was the game where I got kind of bored of Monster Hunter. I like it. It's a good game. But I dropped the series after this because I just got so bored of it. I don't know what this game did wrong for me. Oops. I just don't know. But it is a good game. And I was super happy to finally get a Monster Hunter game on handheld. That's what I wanted for years. I love Monster Hunter. It's such a grindy game, though. And I love Rise. Rise is amazing. Probably the best one in the franchise, to be honest. Overall, Monster Hunter's Monster Hunter. I like it. But it's the game that kind of killed the franchise for me, almost. Well, made me lose interest. I think I'll stop at Hyrule Warrior. No, I'll stop at Little Nightmares. We'll go that much farther. And then we'll pick it back up at Luigi's Mansion 2. But this has been fun. Do you guys like this? Because I would like to get through every game at some point. I think this will be a fun journey. And I am going to download the VOD and crop out this footage. It'll be tedious, but I'll do it. Alright, so Fire Emblem and the Sacred Stone. This is another really good Fire Emblem game. It's Fire Emblem. The story was good. I never did the second path, so there's still more to play. Gameplay was good. It's like Fire Emblem optimized. We don't need to look up footage for that. What we do need to look up footage for is Pokken Tournament. This is the saddest game ever. This game had so much fucking potential. This game, so much potential. It was a Pokemon fighting game. It was a Pokemon fighting game that didn't pop off. So cool. So fun. I'm sure the online didn't help its case. But man, I really wish this game popped off, man. It was so unique for a fighter. It's Tekken. It's Tekken and Street Fighter in one with Pokemon. What's not to love? So fucking good. So many cool characters. They added Darkrai.
And constant updates.
It's a goddamn shame it didn't pop off. Such a criminally underrated game. Fire Emblem Fates. This is an interesting one. Fire Emblem Fates had Corrin, who I think is the one character they never should have added to Smash. But I remember liking the game. But I don't remember it. It was also a very stingy Fire Emblem game because they sold it because there are 3 versions of the game, and they're all different. So I guess it was a little better than Pokemon, but still kind of stingy. But I do remember liking the story. I just wish I remembered it. Overall, Fire Emblem Fates was alright. It was good. It was great. Yeah, it seems like it's a common consensus, too, that Fire Emblem Fates was a forgotten game.
Maps, characters, and, of course, what we were all there for, the anime. And it does its job just fine.
Really
the map
interesting
design
life
and
in that
objectives
game.
made it's come. The importance on
yeah, I guess this really was just a
heavily
forgotten
around
Fire
map
Emblem
lyrics,
game.
which are
And the
really
only
cool
reason
at
people
first,
remember
and
it is because
the
of
game
Corrin
isn't
in
about
Smash.
conquering Hoshido or
Even though he's forgotten too. Very odd game. Another game I really like. I've noticed I added a lot of incredible games. Golden Sun. This was probably one of the last turn-based games I really enjoyed. I used to love turn-based games growing up, but now it's just something I don't find the patience for. But Golden Sun was so cool. I wanted Isaac in the game. So good. Fun story, fun characters, fun music. Has like the pseudo 3D graphics. Really cool characters, powers. And there's only 3 in the franchise. Even though I think Isaac would have been a shitty zoner, I think he would have been a great fit for Smash Brothers. I think he's a missed opportunity. Should have replaced him for Corrin, honestly. Need I say more? It's Wind Waker. Go Batman it up, dude. You gotta unlock him, though. Wind Waker is literally still one of the best games ever made. God, the controversy of this game because of its graphics. I feel like I think everyone knows this now, but everyone saw Wind Waker as like a missed opportunity at first for its visuals. They teased us with like a cool graphical style with the tech demo, and then we got this, and a lot of people were like upset. I wasn't a part of that because I was so new to Zelda at the time. But now everyone looks back at this game for starting this trend in cel-shaded graphics. And it's still one of the best games ever made, and I want to replay it one day. I've replayed it so many times, though. It's so good. And then the Wii U version just made it better. Then there's the Tingle Tuner thing, too. Such a good game. This quest line was kind of tedious, though. Finding the Triforce. Overall, just a fucking great game. Pokemon Fire Red. It's another Pokemon game. Really good game. It was the beginning of the Pokemon remakes. It was fun. They added new content. They added Johto Pokemon and Gen 3. Good game. Really fun way to do remakes. I just love Hyrule Warriors so much. Hyrule Warriors is just a Zelda's fan come true. And then there's so much fan service went into that game. Where's the original? Here we go. That's the cutscene. It was a cool story too. Nothing Zelda-y, but you know, it was still good. And they added some cool characters into the game. I love Wizrobe. I think Wizrobe is great. But yeah, this game was fun. The bosses were fun. The weapons were fun. Ganondorf was cool. Everyone was just a fun to play as. It was also like the first game in like, God, 10 years to bring back Midna. Everyone's favorite character. Midna was just so cool. And then Ganondorf was so much fun. And they gave him a second weapon in the new one. A trident, which I think fits the character so well. I want to see Ganon with a trident more often. They should have done this moveset for Smash. I will never forgive Sakurai for not redesigning Ganondorf like this. This was like the coolest Ganon. So much power. Just captures the character perfectly. While doing their own thing too. God, it's the best Ganondorf. And this is where we'll end it. We'll end with Little Nightmares 2. I played this game on stream. I really like Little Nightmares. I think 1 is just as good. Little Nightmares is just a fun, creepy game. Good lord, my typos are horrible. Can't type. Really good game. Everyone begged me to play this one too, and I'm glad they did. Creepy atmosphere, cool characters. Oh, this is 1. I want Little Nightmares 2. I liked the theme of television brainwashing people. I'm shocked this game didn't get DLC. This part was fun. Made a YouTube video on it too. And the partner mechanic system was kind of neat. I liked that. I liked that a lot. All right. Well, we got through a good chunk of this list. We got through a good chunk of good games. I want to mix it up next time and see if I can add some more bad games in there, because I think talking about the bad games are fun.